Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, guys. And it's I'm a little bit early, so I'll save some time for you guys to start jumping on. How is everyone's evening going? I hope well. When you do jump on, give me like a thumbs up or a love heart or something to tell me that you're here so I know who I'm talking to. I would love introductions. I would love to know your name, where you're coming in from. Hi, Cecily. Guys, I'm so excited to be here and to be sharing this with you. Cecily's excited too. This is so fun. So I'm going to give it a couple of more seconds because I am early. And just to forewarn you, I have some notes like written up over here just to make sure that I keep to the point. I've been known to ramble and I want to keep this about the 20-minute mark. So I've got some notes to make sure that I stay on point. So if you see my eyes darting that way, you know why. So Cecily, where do you live? I don't even know that. Let me know that. And anybody else that jumps on, let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts, here on the East Coast, just doing our thing, where winter stays until June, apparently, which is really fun. So guys, welcome. What time is it? It is 8 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna jump in. Hi. Hey, Kelly. Hey, guys. Cecily's in Austin. Oh, I love Austin. We used to live in just north of Houston, so I was in Texas too. But guys, hi. Welcome to our little peek behind the scenes of what it is to be a coach. My name is Sabrina. It's such a pleasure to be here. It's such an honor to be here, to be able to share this time with you and share this space with you. So again, when you're hopping in, tell me where you are tuning in from so that I know how far afield everybody is. As you can tell, I'm not from the United States. I'm from England. I'm from a town just outside of London, but we moved here to the US. We're coming on 9 years, which is insane. Like, I can't even believe it's been that long, but we're here nearly 9 years. And with that kind of life transition, it brought me to this space. And I'm going to share a little bit about my story. I'm going to share with you why you should consider being a coach. I'm going to share with you how to be successful. Wow, words are hard on a Tuesday evening, apparently. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. That's so sweet. I'll carry on talking, you're fine. How you can be successful, what some rewards and recognition looks like as you go down this path, and then just my final kind of closing thoughts. So I'm just going to jump in. If you have any questions as I'm chatting, feel free to put them in the chat here, but I'm literally just going to fire blast you so that I don't keep you too long, and then you can chat with the coach that brought you into this group afterwards to kind of go through the finer details if you have more questions. Sound good? All right, guys, here we go. So my story, it's been a long one. So I have actually lost 92 pounds, and I did about half of that with a Beachbody program. I started my Beachbody journey 9 years ago with Insanity, and I had no idea there was the opportunity to have a coaching business. As I was going through that whole scenario, I had no idea. So I did Insanity. Shaun T is still my boy. And so I already had like this huge affinity with the programming, this huge kind of connection and belief in what we had to offer here, because I'd been a product of that. I had gone through my own transformation journey with that. I became super strong with that program, as I'm sure you can attest to if you've done Insanity yourself. And so I kind of lost the way. I found myself in a position where I was like, okay, what does my life look like? Because like I said, we moved from the UK to the US. And so I had this opportunity to kind of rewrite my future, as it were. Before that, I was a flight attendant with British Airways. My husband still works for the airline as an engineer. So we were here. I was kind of like, okay, what now? And through that process of losing weight, going through all of that experience, I had developed an eating disorder. I had developed crippling low self-esteem, lack of self-belief, zero self-confidence. I had a horrible relationship with myself because I had worked on just being as skinny as I could possibly be. That's all I cared about. I hadn't thought about what was happening up in here, you know, as I was going through that process. So I came out of that insanity program where Shaun T had just breathed so much life into me about that self-belief piece that I thought to myself, okay, what do I want now? And I decided that I wanted to be an advocate for other women. I wanted to be in a position where I could help somebody on their own transformation journey so that they wouldn't have to go through the downfall and the suckage and the distress, all of that I had to go through. So I decided I was going to be a personal trainer. So I got my personal training certifications, I got myself educated, I did all the things, and I found myself in an amazing position where I was teaching group exercise, coming from the previously 250 plus pound girl that used to stand in the back of the exercise studio wearing all black baggy clothes so nobody could see her. Like, I was teaching group exercise. It was just beyond my, I was going to say fathomability, but that's not even a word, so ignore that. But you get my point, right? So I was teaching Group X. I had a personal training business. I co-owned a boutique fitness studio. All of these things were happening in my life that was everything that I'd wanted until it wasn't, right? I found myself in this position where all of my energy, all of my time, all of my effort, focus, everything was on everybody else. And there was nothing left for me. I was in the worst physical health of my life. Just because I wasn't taking care of myself. I was in the worst mental position. My husband and I were, and I don't say this to be dramatic, but we were on the brink of divorce because he didn't recognize the woman that he'd married. I had gone. So I found myself in a position where I was like, okay, I don't know what the future holds, but I do know that it cannot continue like this. I cannot continue trying to make it in the fitness industry where I'm not being compensated enough for the amount of effort I'm putting in, and all of this energy that I'm just seeping out of me for everybody else is completely depleting me to a place where even if I'd found success there, it wouldn't have been success. Does that make sense? I just was not in a good place. So I had a come to Jesus moment, I guess, and I made a really tough decision to sell back the half of the boutique fitness studio back to my business partner, which was a blessing in disguise, but that's a whole different story, and kind of reassess what was happening in my life. And then this opportunity literally fell into my lap. My coach reached out and she'd made some kind of post on social media. I can't even remember, but she'd said something that resonated like in my heart. So I commented on the post or something, or liked it or whatever, and she reached out and she was like, hey, have you ever thought about this? And it was literally in that time where I was like, what do I do now? And so we got on the phone. Like, she was a celebrity in my eyes, you know? So the fact that she was willing to get on the phone with me, I was like, yeah, I'm down, let's talk. And we talked, and she just breathed a little bit of life into me about what could be possible with this platform that we have. And so I signed up, and I haven't looked back since. It's been over 2 years, and my life, like, it still blows my mind where I'm at, because my mindset is in a completely different place. Like, when I share my story about who I used to be, with the no self-esteem, no self-belief, no self-confidence, all of that, people are like, really? How? Really? They can't equate the two humans, right? So just to tell you that mindset piece alone, working on that, the belief that I have in myself that I matter, that I am of value, that I am somebody who can have a positive influence on other people, but it doesn't have to be in a way that completely takes away from who I want to be and what I want to create and the kind of life I want to live, right? So that piece was just a side effect almost that I was not expecting. And then my relationship, my husband and I, we're in we're about to celebrate 20 years together. We're about to celebrate our 10th wedding anniversary. And I can promise you now that that would not have been possible. We would not still be together if it hadn't been for this opportunity. I swear to whoever up there on high, because of the fact that now I take care of me before I take care of everybody else, and taking care of everybody else relies on me taking care of me first. And that's the beautiful thing about this platform. And what we do as coaches is that we lead from the front. We show our audience, our clients, our teammates what is possible if they just pour into them, and we model those behaviors for people to see something in themselves, right? So all of that is just mind-blowing to me. So that's kind of my story, where life was and now where life is. And it still shocks me to this day that I'm in this position where I have this incredible vision for my life, our future, the future of our family, the future of our team, all of that. And it wouldn't have been possible without this. So consider that for yourself. If you are feeling stuck in any area of your life, you don't have to continue feeling stuck. The least that can happen here is that you get into the best physical, mental, and emotional shape of your life. And that's like the bottom rung, right? It's just unbelievable. So that's kind of my story, and I rambled. So I've only got 10 minutes to say everything else. I told you I would do this, guys. So why should you consider being a coach? Okay, so this is the thing that I'm realizing. And just to share a story from my husband. So he's been with the airline for 18 years. He started as an apprentice. He's worked up through the ranks. He's been with the same company for 18 years, worked his way up, all of that. When he joined, he had a final salary pension plan. That was part of his compensation plan, is that he had a final salary pension, which basically meant that whatever he was on, whatever his salary was when he retired, he would continue to get that salary as his pension, right? Well, that went away about, 10 years ago, because of all the pension reform that happened in the UK and all the things that are happening. So my point of sharing that with you is, working for a company for 30, 40, 50 years and retiring really happy and comfortable, that doesn't happen anymore, guys. And that's a hard truth, but it's a truth nevertheless. So you have to look long distance and think to yourself, where does my future stand? Am I going to be with this company that I'm with for the rest of my life? And if I'm not, what is next? And then what is next? And then what is next? What does the vision that I have for my retirement look like? Because small business is really where it's at. If you look at Amazon, Uber, Airbnb, Etsy, people are cropping up small businesses on all of these different platforms, because they understand that they need to create some kind of nest egg for themselves for the future. And this is no different. This is literally signing on the dotted line to open your own business so that you can have some kind of nest egg or some kind of legacy for your family and yourself for your future down the line. So that's a big reason why I think you should consider your future in general, but this coaching opportunity in particular, because what does that look like, right? And then when you think about the fitness industry, this is something that really speaks to me, is there's so many people that are seeing a lot of success taking their fitness journey online, and they're seeing that success because of the communities that are created. And that's the beautiful thing that we have here. Like you guys have seen, everything that has been posted over the last couple of days about team, about community, about the network that we have here. And it's, we create that obviously here as coaches, but we create that for our clients too. My client community is my favorite place to hang out because the people in there are my people, and we support each other, we love on each other, we hold each other accountable. One of the ladies in there the other day asked me if we could have a retreat. She was like, yes, let's all go and work out, and I'll bring the mugs, because she's like a mug designer. So it just shows that you can build community, which is an incredible thing to know that you have the power to do as somebody who's kind of maybe you're flailing, not having positive relationships in your life, not having positive female relationships in your life. That was my struggle for the longest time. But here's an opportunity where you can create that for yourself and create that for the people that need you and need your voice, right? So those are some of the reasons why you should consider being a coach. And then when you think about like the big question, how do I even make this thing work? How do I become successful? What does that look like? Like I said a few minutes ago, it's literally being committed to your journey, being committed to being your best. And we have this saying, we say, be proof that our products work. So like I said, the worst that can happen is that you get into the best physical shape of your life because you're doing your workouts, you're drinking your superfood goodness shake every day, you're taking your supplements, you're doing all of these things that culminate into a healthful life. You're doing personal development because that's something that we require. That saved my life and it saved my marriage, guys. So that's a huge piece of the equation. So being proof that our products work, being committed to that journey, sharing that story, and then helping other people go through that transformation process for themselves, that's literally what it is to be a coach. And that's literally the activities that we do on a daily basis to see the success that we see. Kim, 51 and rocking it. Get it, Kim. Yeah, there's no age thing here, guys, and there's no ability thing, there's no size thing or shape thing or race thing or whatever. There's no discriminatory thing here. Anybody can have success as long as you commit to your own journey, being your best. You are brave enough to share that journey, and then you help other people find the same thing for themselves. And that's literally God's honest truth. That's what we do, right? You get a business in a box, as we say, or kind of a plug and play system. So when you decide that you're like, yes, Sabrina just breathes life into my soul. I'm doing it. I'm going to go for it. You get a plug and play system. There's literally everything you need to implement strategies, to decide what brand you want to have, to decide what kind of route you want to go down. If you want to be all about nutrition, if you want to be all about fitness, if you want to be all about mindset, if you want to be all about community, whatever you decide, because it's your business. But you get all of these systems and all of these trainings and all of these tools to help you implement that and create your brand, right? Best health now, which is exciting. I love that, Kim. I love it. All the support, guys, all the support, everything you need to be successful, because everything you need to be successful, you already have. It's just your story. It's just your heart. It's just your will to be of service to others. That's all you need. Everything else you can learn. And this is a business literally of jumping and building your wings on the way down. I can attest to that. And it's a beautiful process. It really is. It's not about where you go, it's about who you become in the process of that journey, and it's magical. So I need to turn my piece of paper over to make sure I stay on point here, guys. I'm almost done, I promise. And so within all of that, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about what benefits kind of come with that, and helping others. I mean, that's like the biggest thing for me. And I think all of us in here, we have some kind of servant heart. Otherwise we wouldn't be in here listening to some random chick from the internet talk about being a coach, right? We all have some kind of servant's heart. So helping others, truly, whenever I get messages from my clients or my teammates just celebrating a win or thanking me for being on this journey with them, like, it just fills my soul. So helping others is a huge piece of the equation. And it's a big thing that we get to stand in a place of pride in a really beautiful way about, there's recognition that happens. Like, you will be astounded by how you are recognized for making a difference in the world. One of our missions, or the mission, I guess, is to put a big old X in the obesity epidemic. And so we get recognized for making a difference in that way. There's trips that you get recognized on, paid trips that you earn. There's gifts, all sorts of things. So like too much to even say. We have quarterly and annual meetups. We're heading to Indiana actually en masse as a big Team Beachbody crew in 3 weeks. So you guys that maybe sit on the fence, be ready to have your mind blown by just what happens at these meetups, right? So we have quarterly ones of those, we have annual ones, we have team pages, and we have team calls. We have all of these resources to really cultivate that community feeling. So yes, we create our businesses for ourselves, for whatever reason we came into it for whatever vision it is that we have for the future, but we're never in it by ourselves. The support, the trainings, the accountability, everybody is here to help you win. And so we hold each other to that higher standard and that higher level of success. And it's really beautiful to be surrounded by mostly women that have that mindset. It's very different for me in my past experience. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And I'm right at 20 minutes. Yay, go me. So I don't see any questions coming in, but I wanted to leave and kind of end the call with this quote. And I'm going to read it because if any of you follow me on social media, you know that I butcher quotes when I try and do them off head, right? So the quote is, there are two ways to spread light: be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. I'll say it again. There are two ways to spread light: be the candle or the mirror that reflects it. And in my opinion, that's literally who we are as coaches. We are the light in the darkness for a lot of people who are struggling, who see no way out, who have lost hope, either in where I was with my self-esteem and my self-belief and valuing myself as a human, or maybe it's in financial struggles or struggles with family or lifestyle or whatever, you know. So we get to be that light for them. And then when we take them on that journey, when they decide to go in and commit to being their best and transforming their lives, we get to reflect the light that they now are. And then they get to reflect the light that they now are to somebody else who gets to reflect. And it's just the most amazing knock-on effect and the most incredible legacy you could ever want to leave on this earth, I think. Oh, Kelly, you're so sweet. Mwah. That's my business partner. She has to say that. So I wanted to just end with that, to give you something to think about, to give you something to kind of grab onto and really think about what could be possible. And that's the question I want to leave you with, is what could be possible. If you just said yes, not really knowing very much, not really knowing where it could go, but just said yes and then figured it out with our help. What could be possible for you? And I want you to ask yourself that question. And then I'm going to post a short, it's about 12 minutes. I'm going to post a video that's going to go into a little bit more detail about how we earn, what all of that looks like, kind of give you a more rounded picture of that kind of stuff. Watch that and then reach out to the coach that invited you here to answer any questions, to give you next steps, to tell you that this is where you need to be because this is where you belong. And then we can welcome you into the family after that. So guys, have a wonderful rest of your Tuesday evening. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's such a pleasure. I'm so honored to be in this space. For my peeps that are in here, I'll be reaching out to you very soon. And I hope you guys found something here for yourself, and we're all here to answer questions, etc. So enjoy the rest of your evening and I'll see you soon. Bye guys.